Hola guys, it is Friday night and I had planned on doing a haul video of all the stuff that I've picked up this week. But my feelings are too hurt. I'm going to share with you all what my quarterly check-in at my job said. And you, after I explain things, will understand why my feelings are hurt. So, today I received a check-in, which is what our office manager does quarterly. These check-ins are then put all together when it comes time to get our raises. Well, I knew my attendance was going to be an issue because of my mom and little dude and my own issues with migraines and stuff. I knew attendance was going to be an issue, and sure enough it was. Long story short with that is from this point forward, any call-ins or lates or leave earlies, more than three in a certain succession are going to mean disciplinary action, which is fine. I own it. I don't whine or complain or expect special treatment when it comes to absenteeism. I totally get it. I'm honestly surprised and have told my boss that I'm very, very surprised that I haven't been wrote up. I've even told her that I appreciate that she works with me. But I've explained to you guys that here lately, when I come in after having been absent, her attitude is really ridiculous and petty and mean-spirited. So I guess she's just had enough and now she's going to put on her manager hat. But like I said, that's fine. I'm not angry that she's going to have to pursue disciplinary action if I have so many call-ins or leave early or whatever. I know it sounded that way just now, but I'm angry because of everything that has happened. So I'm feeling really, really bitter and pissed off right now, which I'd rather feel than hurt. And I think I'm hurt because for the longest time, I've not understood where her animosity is coming from. I've not understood why I all of a sudden am rubbing her the wrong way. So I've already explained my check-in in regards to the attendant, which was fine and absolutely understandable. But when we got to the part of teamwork, that's when I could not believe what I read. And I will start off by saying it's bold-faced lies. Okay, and I tortured myself all day long trying to figure out if any of what she's put down is true. I own my screw-ups. I own my mistakes. But I went through everything that I do on a daily basis and was real honest with myself, trying to see if I really do these things. And I don't. I absolutely don't. There were bold-faced lies. And the more I talk about it, I want to cry. And I hate that I want to cry because I hate that this person hurt my feelings. Okay, I'm at the point now where if I'm angry, I can go toe to toe with you, but hurt is new to me at work because I never let people hurt me, but it's just gone too far. I'm like at now what? So let me read what she wrote. Manager comments in regards to teamwork. I'm going to read the whole thing, then I'm going to break it down as to why I am so affected by this BS. Manager comments, I do not see Melissa actively trying to be part of our team. She does not show interest in learning other areas of how the clinic runs and appears to be content in her office. She is hesitant to move out of her comfort zone, which can cause issues. It is important to have basic understanding of our EMR system, and anytime she is faced with doing something outside of her area of expertise, the anxiety and reluctance show. By learning how things work and how they are entered, she would not have to interrupt other team members to figure out what went wrong. Instead, she relies heavily on others to help her figure out issues and how they need to be fixed. The last two sentences are what absolutely floored me. I thought for a minute maybe she got my check-in mixed up with somebody else, but no, she clearly says Melissa. So let's break it down from the beginning. I do not see Melissa actively trying to be a part of our team. She has accused me of this before. Now, because she didn't give any examples the last check-in, I assumed it was because I don't like to participate in the baby showers and birthday parties and celebrations and all that fakery in the clinic. I thought that was why she said I didn't want to be a team member. So I was a little confused. I'm like, you're still harping on the fact that I won't sing happy birthday to people I don't know. But as I read along, she broke it down further this time. She didn't break it down last check-in. She broke it down this time. I am not actively trying to be a part of the team. She does not show interest in learning other areas of how the clinic runs and appears to be content in her office. I do not show interest in learning other things in the clinic because no one has asked me to learn anything in over a year. Okay? And the reason I'm content in my office is because I have work to do. And when I get into work, that's what I do. From 8 a.m. until 4:30, I work. That's what I do. So yes, I am content in my office getting my job done. She is hesitant to move out of her comfort zone, which can cause issues. I own that. I have anxiety disorder. When you place a new task on me, I am so afraid to fail that I do panic and I am hesitant and I am a little reluctant and I am like, but I do it anyway. I learn it anyway. And once I get into the groove of it, I do very well in it. It is important to have a basic understanding of our EMR system. That's our electronic medical records. It is important to have a basic understanding of our EMR system, and anytime she is faced with doing something outside of her area of expertise, the anxiety and reluctance show. Now, I've already owned that I am anxious and reluctant to learn new tasks, physical tasks in the clinic, okay? But in regards to our electronic medical system, nobody has asked me to learn to input anything into the system. No one has asked me to help put anything new into the system. I had no idea people had this expectation of me because it's never been brought up. So for her to say that I show anxiety and reluctance in the EMR area is BS. And it just gets worse with the BS. By learning how things work and how they are entered, she would not have to interrupt other team members to figure out what went wrong. Not have to interrupt other team members to figure out what went wrong? Let me explain something. I don't interrupt team members, okay? There are very few issues that crop up. Here recently, our medical supply ordering system was changed. The boss knew about it. The nurses knew about it. Guess who didn't know about it? The person who does medical supplies. Once again, as I've tried to explain to her many times in the past, I'm out of the loop. I'm not let in until there is an issue. So I do have to ask people. I ask people what the issue is. How can we correct it? If that's deemed interrupting, then maybe they're not being team players. Now, I will admit, I have interrupted my coworkers a whole lot. I have. When I need something done that is out of my responsibility field, like writing out a prescription, like putting in the order for a medical supply, like speaking to a patient about a medical issue, like breaking down chart notes, in regards to O2 stats and stuff like that, I'm not medical. So I have to go to an MA. I have to go to a nurse. So I have to interrupt. Now, I think the problem is that I'm interrupting the little nurses and MAs in a huddle, talking about their date last night, talking about their husbands, talking about their kids, talking about what they're going to do this weekend, talking about how hungover they got. That's what I'm interrupting. Many times I've had to stand there and wait for a pause in the conversation to jump in and say, can I please get a prescription? Can you please break down to me these O2 stats? I'm not a nurse. I have no medical training. I need people with the training to do their job so I can do mine. But apparently at our clinic, that's interrupting. Instead, this is what really got me. Instead, she relies heavily on others to help her figure out issues and how they need to be fixed. Nobody in that clinic knows how to do my job. Nobody in that clinic does home health, hospice, medical supplies, uninsured referrals, patient assistance, trying to navigate Meals on Wheels, trying to get shelters for people to go to, trying to get veterans assistance that they need, whether it's medical, psychological, whatever. Nobody in that clinic knows my job. She harps on me for not wanting to learn other things in other areas of the clinic, yet nobody has been cross-trained to do my job. So I found it so offensive, absolutely offensive, that she says I rely heavily on others to figure out issues and how they need to be fixed. I don't have issues. And if I did have issues, there's no one in that clinic to go to because they don't know or do my job. I navigate through myself. I've put into place everything I absolutely need to be able to take care of our patients. So if there's an issue, I find a way around it. I responded to her in the employee comments. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I basically repeated everything I told you guys just now, my little breakdown points. Well, maybe I'll read it. My comments. It's not that I'm not trying to be part of the team. I am forgotten and not included in a lot of things I should be included in, as we have discussed plenty of times before. Examples. Huddles I was told I was to be a part of, I'm not invited to. Yet I'm asked to sign sign-in sheets as if though I had been in attendance. Changes in MD paperwork submission and return that I should know about, I have to hear in passing or by eavesdropping at the nurse's station. If I am content in my office, it's because I have a job to do. It is true I am anxious and hesitant when it comes to learning new areas, but the last new task I was asked to do was new patient appointments over a year ago, which I complied with and ended up doing very well with. While I was anxious and reluctant in the beginning, I did it until the front office was staffed. Since then, I have not been asked to do or learn anything new. In regards to interrupting other team members to figure out what went wrong or how things are entered, the last issue I had when I needed input or clarification was when the DME process changed. DME is durable medical equipment. I spoke and Skyped and emailed with everyone I was told to speak to. If I remember correctly, I wasn't the only one confused about that and interrupting other people for information. Please tell me who I am burdening by relying on them to figure out issues and how they need to be fixed. I'm the only one here who does home health, hospice, medical supply, patient assistance, and Medicaid referrals, so I don't go to anyone about how to fix those issues. Please clarify what issues I rely on other people to fix for me. I was mad, guys. At this point, I'm mad, so I'm just going at it. You're going to come at me cross-eyed. You're going to come at me sideways like the little snake that you are. I'm going to come at you right, front, blunt. I don't care. You're my boss. I don't care that that I'm your employee. I don't care. You're not going to talk to me and treat me any kind of way you want, and you sure are not going to bold-faced lie on a document that's going to go to HR. Okay? I'm not going to sit there and be quiet and be like, do you think I'm scared? Do you know me at all? Okay. I've gone to you face to face when issues have arisen and you've ignored me. And if you've been with me a while, you guys, y'all know I've had this issue with her before. She'll start something, and then when I come at her and ask her for backup, for proof, for information, let's talk about it, she says, we'll talk about it, and then disappears. She starts to avoid me. And that's exactly what she did today. I put in this information on the check-in and sent my check-in back to her. And then I sent her a more candid email where I was just a little more frank and just a little more Melissa. I'm going to read that to you as well. This is the email. I just completed my check-in and I can't believe, aside from my attendance, that I am such a waste of space in this clinic. Non-team member who doesn't want to learn anything new and relies heavily on folks to fix issues and interrupts coworkers to figure out what went wrong. I come in, get to work, and work all day. I don't BS with my coworkers. I don't do homework. Some of our nurses are doing homework while they're at work. I don't stay on my cell phone and point fingers if things I'm supposed to do don't get done. I stay to myself and do my job. Am I an anxious, scared to fail at new tasks type? Yes, but when I'm asked to take on something, I comply. I am angry and insulted, and I hate to admit hurt that anyone would accuse me of being an interruption or rely on them to fix issues. I needed help when the DME situation blew up. Once directed to who I needed to speak to, I did. I occasionally need help to figure out computer issues as well, but I can't imagine asking my coworkers to help write out prescriptions or enter in medical supply orders or speak to a patient about medical issues was a burden. I've put up with a lot in this place. Now I'm hurt. Now I'm going to say stuff. Now the stuff that I say next is stuff that I have been wanting to say for over a year and a half, but she keeps avoiding me when we have this kind of situation. She says we're going to have a meeting. She schedules a meeting, then says she gets too busy or she'll avoid me in the hallway. She avoids contact with me. So I took the opportunity to say a few things on this email. I've put up with a lot in this place. Non-compliant MDs who affected patients so much that they insulted and cussed at me on the daily. Being placed in a tiny workspace with a mentally unstable coworker whose negative, depressed, suicidal at times attitude rubbed off on me, affecting my mental health and productivity. I've had to deal with years with, there's a particular employee here, I'm not going to say the name, but you guys have heard me mention her as the snake if you've been with me a while. This is my manager's bestie. I feel that this lady runs the office and our manager is just like a figurehead, because whatever this particular lady wants, she goes and tells the manager and boom, it's done. I seriously, honestly think that this lady runs the office and our manager's just the title. And this particular lady, the snake, has never liked me. Don't know why. So I've had to deal for years with blank tails to every one of my coworkers since I began here that I don't do anything around here and that I don't want to do anything extra. But I've let it all go despite all the mental BS, all of it's caused because I need to work and I'm good at my job. Now I find out my coworkers are frustrated by me interrupting them or relying heavily on them to figure things out. I said my boss's name. If I am so bad at my job, if I am such a problem, why am I still here? Why have I never had disciplinary action before? Why have these issues never been brought to my attention? I don't want to be anywhere where I'm considered a pest, a grouch, or a burden. And that's how I ended it. Okay? So that's what I've been dealing with. I am kind of dramatic. I kind of have a flair for the dramatics, but when you cross me, when you question my work ethic, okay, there's two things you cannot do, okay, when it comes to me. Do not call me a liar and do not call me lazy. She's doing both, okay? I racked my brain trying to figure out where this is coming from. Like I said, I went down every little thing I do to see, am I interrupting people? Am I relying on people? Absolutely not. all day long. My chest was hurting. My head was hurting. I wanted to cry. I had gone past angry to hurt. I couldn't even look at the people I was working with. I just don't know who's saying what. Which of my friends is going behind my back and saying things? Which of my friends is saying that I'm relying on them? Are my friends mad because I have interrupted them when they're sitting there and bullcrapping and talking and showing pictures on their phones to each other? Are y'all mad because I interrupted? Are y'all mad that I rely on y'all to write prescriptions and put in medical supply orders? Are y'all mad about that? Are y'all mad? I was so paranoid. I was looking at everybody side-eyed. I felt scared. I felt spooked. I felt unsafe. And on the way home, I thought about it. I think it's the snake. A few weeks ago, the snake did not do her part for me to be able to get an uninsured patient free medication. I needed financials. She kept saying she had them, she was going to get them, she had them, she was going to get them. And the patient kept calling me, what's the status on my application? When can I get my application? I need my medication. I don't have any medication. Sir, I need your financials. Well, I already gave them to the snake. Well, I'm sorry, but the snake says you don't have them. So I chased after the snake for 3 days. Then she was gone for 3 days. And then little dude had his first day of school, so I was gone for 2 days. So when I came back, the financials were on my desk. And I remember her clearly saying, mind you, I didn't remember until I was coming home from work. I remember her clearly saying, I entered the financials into the medical record. That's who it is. That's who it is. This lady does not like me. Apparently, this lady was probably being hounded by the patient as well in regards to status of his application. And the boss got involved. I know the boss got involved because she came to me wanting to know status a couple weeks ago. And I told her, I don't have what I need. So now all of a sudden the snake is saying, I scanned all of those financials into his medical record. No, you didn't. Because according to you, a few weeks ago or a week ago, you hadn't gotten any financials. She's lying through her teeth, covering her butt, lying to the boss, saying it's me, and it all makes sense. Learning the medical record program, and she's supposed to be putting things into the medical records. Come on, man. I'm over it. So today, after I broke down, please tell me what I'm doing that makes you type all this crap. She didn't respond. 3 times we're walking in the hallway together. The first time we're almost bumping into each other, and she's like, oh, crazy me. And she walks back in her office pretending she forgot something. Another point, I was going into the break room to fill my water cup, and she was going into the break room, and she kind of did this. She's avoiding me. Now, if I'm pissed off at you, I look you square in the eye, just like a pit bull. And she breaks eye contact. She won't look at me. She's avoiding me. She's done this over and over and over again. And this is a manager. And this is how she runs her clinic. She lets her homegirl run the clinic, and she does everything she wants under her title. But it's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm over it. I'm tired, and I couldn't even be angry anymore. I was so hurt because you're attacking me. You're making me come off as this lazy, irresponsible, blasé, whatever person, and I'm not, and you are not going to make me out to be that way. So my feelings are hurt. I want to cry. I need to cry and just get it out because my head has been in a wrong space. I'm trying to enjoy the weekend with my little dude. It's my weekend with him, and I just want to cry. I'm so over it. I'm over the BS. I'm over the two-face of it all. I'm over all of it. And I just need to cry, but I can't cry because little dude is with me. But he knows something is up. He knows something is off because I'm not playful. I'm not energetic. He knows something is off. And then I'm lying upstairs. I'm getting a headache. I'm lying upstairs, and I hear this commotion of dog barking and squealing. And I didn't make it to my window in time. But I'm assuming maybe the dog got stuck in the fence. because the big dog is barking and the little dog is squealing. And I'm like, what is going on? I finally get up, and I get up as I'm hearing pow, pow, pow. It's like something is hitting the fence. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dog must be stuck in the fence. And I'm hearing like the rattle of the fence or whatever. So I finally get to the window and I look out, and the neighbor's out there. And I think he was hitting the dog because the dog is squealing and hollering. I didn't see it. It's dark out there. I didn't see it. I don't know if the dog was squealing stuck under the fence or was squealing because the man was hitting him because he was trying to get under the fence. I don't know, but I do know a dog came out from under that fence because all my flowers are squished right where the hole is. I then saw the neighbor, the dog silenced. The dog silenced. I went and turned off the light so I could peek outside a little better. I turned off my bedroom light. I went back to the blinds, and it looks like a teenager went in the house, came back out with his cell phone, and he's shining his cell phone along the fence line. So I'm thinking maybe he's looking for the holes, make sure the holes are covered. But where are the dogs? All of a sudden the dogs are quiet. I don't see any dogs. Then he kind of leaned over the top of the fence and he's shining the light. I'm like, did the dogs escape? A dog did come out because my flowers are squished, but I don't know if the dog came out and went back in. And I don't know what happened, but everything in my heart tells me that man was beating that dog. I didn't catch it. I didn't see it. And the way the world is right now, you don't know who the hell to confront. You don't know who you can say anything to. Okay, you don't. And it's just too much for me to be thinking about right now. But it's just so much bullcrap that's just hurting my heart right now. This stupid liar at work and her snake friend and this idiot next door with the dog. I'm just over it. But I wanted to come on and get it out and get it out. And maybe if I get it out, I can just cry it out and get on to better things, because we're going to have an awesome weekend this weekend. And I have stuff to show you guys. And I'm just going to put this out there in the universe, and I'm going to ask for y'all's prayers. Give me patience to bind my tongue, to guide me to wherever it is I need to be, that if it's not there, that it's somewhere else. Just send me good vibes, pray for me, because I am over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. But that's everything. I'm going to put this video up, and maybe you guys will see me again tonight or tomorrow in the morning when I do this haul, because I've been stress shopping. But I want to see you guys in a better mood. So I'll talk to you guys soon. If you hung in here and watched all this rattling, thank you guys. I love y'all bunches. Bye.